Hello parents, I am Elise Erdt teaching an early childhood art lesson on creating paper animal sculptures using paper, tape, markers, and paint with a brush. This is a pre-recorded video, so please supervise your child during the art lesson and work with them. Today, we will be making paper sculpture animals. If you celebrate holidays, everyone is different. You could shape a paper Kwanzaa candelabra, a Christmas tree, a Hanukkah candelabra, or anything else you can imagine using paper, tape, and paint. Today, we're going to start with 3 pieces of paper. We'll need more paper for other things, but we're going to start with an animal. And we're going to make the parts of the animal and then connect them with tape. Any tape you have will be good. If you have this kind of tape, you could take a few pieces off and put them on the table next to you. If you have paper, blank paper, or even colored paper. We're going to start with 3 papers. And in terms of paint, if you have watercolor paint, you could put it out in a dish, and then you'll need a brush and water. You could also have this kind of paint. Whatever paint you have, you can even mix other paints with a little bit of water to spread the paint around the sculpture as we get going. Also, you might want to start with marker and then cover it with paint or a light paint with water to draw features. Okay, today, let's begin. I want you to shape your paper. Any way you can think is good. If you can squeeze and press or even twist, whatever you can do to make the paper stiffer and stronger, right? Now it's a little bit stronger like a rope. We can do lots of things. Maybe this could be part of the animal. It could be the legs, right? You'll decide later. Let's take another paper. Now maybe this one, you could try a different way. You could try rolling and then folding. And pressing. We really need to use our muscles today, boys and girls. Now let's see. I can also bend it this way. So this is another way of making the paper stronger. And I can fold it. Maybe these could be legs also. All the animals have 4 legs. Let's take another paper. Maybe this could be the body and the tail or the head. Start to think about what it could be. For me, maybe if I'm making a tail, I might want to pinch it in some way or roll it and twist it to make it stronger. So everybody should be using both hands or shaping paper. Maybe this is the body. As we're going, we might think, the head might be another part. If this is the body, depending on what kind of animal you want to make. And what can we do to the paper to shape it? Let's try different things. Maybe if it's an elephant, I might bunch the paper in some way and then pinch out the trunk and twist it, right? Now let's put all the pieces together. So if I have legs and a body and a head. Let's see what happens. So let's figure out where the connections could be. You decide. Now, could the legs come on top or underneath the body? And then where do you want to connect them? We could connect it on top or underneath, wherever. And then really press. We're really going to press the tape and push. Use our muscles. Now, to make it very strong, maybe I put tape on top and then also underneath as well. If it's an elephant or a camel even, I could try to pinch the feet in some way to make them bigger or smaller. Maybe they come forward or back so that I can start to have balance when I stand up my animal. So how can you make the feet? Are you going to pinch the paper or fold it? We're experimenting with different things. Now, my animal has 4 legs. So am I going to connect it up here or under here or in a different spot? You decide. Find a place of connection, and then we're going to add a piece of tape on the top and the bottom. So we are using a lot of tape today, boys and girls. And really pinch, pinch, pinch. As you're working, you might think it looks like something else, so you could change what it is. But everything is going to be connected with tape. Does it have a tail, legs, a neck, and a head? And then, for example, I'm adding the head. I need another piece of tape or 2 tapes on top or around. I can also put tape all the way around. And really pinch. My elephant is looking a lot like a dinosaur also. Maybe if it's an elephant, I could add another paper even to make it bigger in the body. But your animal might be different. You decide. Is your animal a dog, a cat? Is it an elephant or a camel? Now, if we're talking about a camel, you might want to make some humps, some shapes. So think about your animal and what shapes. My elephant, I could add a little bit of a more here for his body. Bunch the paper. However you want to bunch the paper is good. So find a way to add paper to your animal if you need to, and then connect it using tape. When we're painting later, we can paint right over the tape, whatever colors you want your animal to be. And let's see if my elephant is starting to stand. Okay, so see if your animal balances. Try putting him and shaking him a little. If anything falls off, we'll just use extra tape. We're using a lot of tape. So now I have a sculpture, a paper animal. And then, what colors could I paint my animal? Well, you decide. We could start by adding some features. Maybe you take a marker and you want to add eyes. So decide where the eyes should be. Every animal's different and every artwork's different. So I'm making my animal, but you're going to be making yours. So where do you want the eyes, the details to go? Those things that are smaller on the animal, like the eyes and the mouth. So we could use some markers and draw. Maybe you want to add the feet, the toes. So whatever you can imagine. Maybe you want to add fur to your animal. And then let's start painting. We're also going to listen to holiday music while we're working today. So let's get a paintbrush and some paint and begin. As you are painting, you'll notice maybe you want to add patterns on the back of your animal or other things, or different colors, or mixing colors. Right now, I'm using blue and green, but you can use whatever colors that you want. Also, we could use a little bit of water at this point to help us to spread the color all the way around the animal. underneath and on top. So we're gonna, you use whatever colors that you want. I'm gonna use whatever colors that I'm making. We're all making a different artwork. Okay, now maybe you could shape or also think of other things that you want to make out of paper. Could it be a candelabra, like for Kwanzaa, which has 7 candles? To do that, we're going to, again, just like with the animal, and to make any other thing, we're going to be starting with parts. Hanukkah candelabra has 9 candles, but the Kwanzaa candelabra has 7. So we're going to have to make several parts, just like when we were making the parts of the animal, and then just connect them with tape. So however you want to make the parts, we're going to stiffen the paper. So we're going to make some parts. You could try rolling and folding. However you want to try, boys and girls. Or we could try twisting. All right, so we're going to make several parts and then put them together. So we're really using our hands to shape the papers today. Need a bigger, some different shapes to work with. So maybe we could try bunching some paper. And start to put it together using tape. Now remember, everything is put together with tape, so decide what you're going to start with and then hold it together. You really pinch using your hand. This is the base, so for it to stand up, I need to squash it in a way so that it stands up. And then let's think of several candles. Maybe we could bend the paper to make some candles. Here I have, for example, 2 candles. Maybe I could have more. If I'm making a Kwanzaa candle, I need 7. Now, if these are my candles, I'm going to need to use tape to connect them to the other ones, right? Now, however you put yours together is fine. I'm going to make, if you're making a candelabra, you're shaping the paper in your own way. Here I have 2 more candles to add, so I'm going to keep adding tape. And then there's going to be one tall black candle in the middle. Or if it's a Hanukkah candelabra, you could add 2 more candles and have 9. So again, everything we're going to shape a paper by squeezing. You decide how to do that to make it stronger, boys and girls. And then find a way to connect it using a piece of tape. Now here, you'll notice at the bottom, to make some, just like with the animals, I'm moving and changing the shape of the paper. You might, once you find a shape so that it can stand up, you might want to add tape to whatever your shape is. So today we are shaping paper using our hands and tape. After I have some shapes, I might want to think about how I want to shape the fire part of the candle. Maybe it's a little bit different from the rest. Maybe we could try twisting or bending it in some way. And then we'll paint it a different color. We could paint it a fire color, and then the candles. So let's get started shaping something else that you want to shape. Maybe it's a Kwanzaa candelabra, maybe it's a Hanukkah candelabra. And then let's start painting again. And remember, we can paint over tape, whatever colors we want. And we're going to paint all the way around. This is a sculpture, a paper sculpture we're making today. So we're painting all the way around it. So let's have fun. Put lots of paint on your brush if you can. Maybe you could try mixing it with water so that it spreads more easily, the color. Okay, boys and girls, we're going to finish soon, and I'd like you to clean up. Help your parents to clean up, wash your brush, and wait for everything to dry a few hours, and then ask your parents where you could hang your work up. Maybe using a string and a piece of tape, somewhere nice on a wall. Okay, did you make candles today? Or did you make an animal? Or did you make something else? Okay, thank you very much. And I will see you next time. Have a nice day and happy holidays.